Can you hear us now, guys?
Check, check,
Let me know
check,
if you guys
check,
can hear us now.
check, check. My name is
Yay! Okay.
so there we go. I hear me in there. Cool. Bet, bet that. Check that. Check. Can you still hear me?
Bet. Are we good now, guys? Yay! See, I am a little smart sometimes. Well, okay, let's start this over again. Thank you guys for tuning in. You are tuned into the LRTV. See, I am a little smart sometimes.
There we
You're
go.
tuned in to LRTV and the Real Lifestyle Morning Show. It is your girl, Miss Leah Renee, and I am here with my boy, Shan Dick.
What's
Thank
poppin'?
you for stopping in this morning. I appreciate having you here. It's been, I wanted to sit on the side of him so you guys, so we could both be next to each other, but he said he wanted to sit across from me. So he get, the guest gets what they want. So
Well,
plus I gotta,
irritate her
I'm
all
checking
day.
out like new views of my little office and stuff. And I definitely got to get some stuff on the walls. I mentioned this yesterday. If there's any interior decorators out there who are good with decorating and stuff, because I'm just not good with that sort of thing. And if you would like to come in here and sponsor your services, I will promote you and I will promote your interior design services if you come in here and like get my office together. So anybody out there, you guys let me know.
I might. I'm gonna see what I can do.
Yeah, you see what you can do? Okay, I like that. I like
I'm gonna
that.
put some calls in. See what they
Awesome.
want to do about their business.
So as you guys can see, I got my boy Shandick here. But first of all, I'm gonna get into the weather real quick. It's gonna be a beautiful week this week. I told you guys that yesterday. Today we're gonna get to a high of 60 to 60 degrees.
Oh
60
yeah.
degrees. So you know what that is. That's
It's gonna
our
be
weather.
60
No, I'm
degrees.
just playing.
60.
It's going up to 60 degrees today. Currently, it's 45 already. As you can see, the sun is out beaming. It's beautiful. Tomorrow, we're going to get to a high, though, of 69. It's going to
Oh
be
yeah.
70. And then Thursday, it's going to be 72. And then guess what's going to be on Friday?
What's it gonna be?
47.
What's it gonna be on Saturday? That's what I want to know.
So we're going from 72 degrees on Thursday to 47 degrees on Friday. We're going to drop literally
That's why
basically
everybody be
25
sick.
degrees. Yeah. And then Saturday is going to be 44 too. So,
Dang.
but going into next week, the temperatures are going to start to rise again. So,
Okay.
the point is spring is coming, and Aries season is on the rise. Like,
There you go.
Aries season is coming. So, Shan, you already know what that
Well,
means. We bring the heat, okay? You know why? Because we're a fire sign. So Aries bring the heat. So when Aries season comes, you're going to feel that heat. You're going to feel it get warm, okay?
Well, first of all,
Okay, what? Tell me.
I'm an April baby. I'm a Taurus, so
You're a Taurus?
Yeah.
My baby's a Taurus.
I know.
So when's your birthday?
April 21st.
We talked about this. I don't know why I always forget.
Spring, my favorite.
April 21st. We gotta have a party together because really, you're like a Aries Taurus cusp.
No, I'm not.
You are. Yes, you are.
Taurus.
You definitely see. You got Aries in you. See, he's an Aries Taurus cusp.
I'm not. But we gonna talk about it.
We gonna talk about it. We gonna definitely talk about it.
I am having a party.
Oh, you're having a party without me, huh?
Man, look, I gotta keep the show going. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was talking to. For the people who I was talking to on my live, you dig. That's what I was talking about for those who want to come from out of town. But I ain't gonna start with that. We're gonna lead up to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We'll talk about the traffic for now. I didn't see any accidents coming in, but I said this yesterday and I'm going to say it again. Every time the sun comes out and the snow disappears, we like to get a little crazy on the road. So let's just continue to be safe out there. It is construction season now. When it starts to get warm, you see the construction workers out there, doing their work, doing their job. So let's be safe when we're driving through those construction areas. We don't want to.
But you know what it is too. When I know the weather break.
What?
I look at cars.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I seen them boys pulling them cars out.
Oh, yeah. They pull out the cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's going down.
It's time to get warm.
Shout out to Mama Riley on the live. Good morning, Mama Riley. So, yes. So, as far as traffic is concerned, I didn't see any accidents out there on the roads. But like I said, it is construction season. You still, just a reminder about the Anthony Wayne Trail, you cannot get 275 from the Anthony Wayne Trail anymore. If you are going north, you cannot go to 75 North. So you have to either get off at Collingwood or you have to get off downtown and take the detours and go around and get around that. And that's going to be pretty much closed down like that until the end of this summer, I believe they said. So definitely if you take the Anthony Wayne Trail on an everyday basis, you know, you got to find a new way. You got to find a new way and give yourself a little bit extra time to take that detour. So there's signs everywhere, though. It's not too hard to, you know, follow the detour. So that's your weather and traffic for today. You know, just be safe out there, guys, on the roads. You know, we're going to get to the headlines, but we're going to talk what's going on in headlines because, you know, you were saying earlier, he was like, nobody asked you about, you know, he was like, nobody asked about what you thought about Kanye. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. I got you. You think I'm not going to ask you? That's what I was talking about yesterday on the show. And I didn't have anybody here to like kind of I had you know Andre, you know Dre McCullum, he was on the show yesterday, but he, you know, he only had a certain amount of time, so you know he came in and out, and so I briefly spoke on it. But now that I have you sitting here, I can actually sit and interact and talk to somebody, so we can talk about this. So
let's talk about it.
What? First of all, just giving everybody a little bit of backstory. I mean, everybody knows what's going on with Kim K and Kanye. They were married, they have 4 children. Now their family's breaking up. It's pretty sad to see a family break up like that, you know. You know, you don't want to see some, you know, the kids go through it, and you don't want to, especially when with their like, you know, the parents are both celebrities, all the kids are celebrities, so it's like they're in the eyes, you know, the public eye, and everybody knows what's going on. And then North, she's a little bit older now, so it's like she can see what's going on, she can read it, you know, and it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on, especially with him. So he was sending a lot of shots at Kim and Pete Davidson. And then did you see where Pete Davidson clapped back?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
No,
So you don't know the newest development.
I really just, I mean, I pay attention to it. I'm paying attention to it because I'll be having a lot of stuff going on myself.
Right.
But
well, it is my job to pay attention, and let me tell you all about it.
But you know, anybody who knows me know. Like Michael Jackson is my favorite artist, but then right after Mike is Kanye. So I'm
is that right? So you're a Ye fan, huh?
I usually have on. I just switch my shoes today, but usually when I do anything, I go on shows with Yeezys on, and you know, I think it comes with a mindset. And I'm a collector of those too. But with this situation, I just think Kanye look real desperate right now. And
it looks bad. It's not a good look.
Like somebody who don't know how to control their emotions, and that is scary. And I think the way he going about it is wrong. I do understand it for somebody who been divorced. It hurt, you know.
So how long were you married before you were divorced?
7 years.
Wow.
But I was with.
What would you attribute your divorce to?
What would I attribute my divorce to? Youth. Just being young and dumb, you know.
So do you feel like it was being young and dumb on both parties, like both sides, or do you feel like it was a lot of mistakes that you made personally?
It was both sides because it's 2 sides, you know, to everything, you know. Our relationship started off wrong from jump, you know what I'm saying? And for those who know the story, y'all know the story, but you know, me and my ex are in a good place, so
that's awesome.
Ain't no need for
you know,
to go back. But it was a very toxic relationship. Now I be want to tell you about it, and I ain't got, you know.
So would you say like it was? And now you said you guys have a great relationship. So would you say it was?
Whoa. I said we cordial.
Oh.
Cool. See, I don't like to say that. I don't like to say that we got a great relationship because then some always switch like 100% of the time. But every time I say we cool, it be straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, trauma is like so like it's undervalued to the point where people don't even understand. Like, unless you go somewhere to get healed, you gonna be repeating the same thing. It's the same. It's like going outside. It's like working out and going outside in the cold. You're going to get sick every time until you figure out I can't be going out working out sweating and then go in the cold. And that's kind of how trauma is until you fix it. Like you have to go somewhere to get healed. And that's what I did. I tell everybody I went to therapy, and I'm proud of it because I wanted to
And
heal.
are you still in therapy?
No, actually, I'm not in therapy right now. But how therapy works is once you get to a certain stage, they'll tell you that okay, you don't necessarily have to be in therapy at this point. But then if you need to go back, you can go. You kind of go back on your own discretion.
Yeah.
I talk about it in my album and everything. Like you know what I'm saying. Like um, I got I got a song right now on the album that it's basically a 2-song therapy session. And so like with with my with my old relationship, my old marriage, it had a lot of good times. It brought me the best things. It brought me the best things in my life, which is my babies. But um, when you said North, like and how she can see it, I know that for a fact because I got a daughter.
Yeah. And how old was your daughter when you went through the divorce?
So she was a fresh teenager, she just turned 16 in February, so like she was a preteen, and a lot of the things that she um witnessed and seen, she should have never had.
Yeah.
But this is what I love about that daughter in particular. That's the one person who changed my life, other than me, finding God at a young age. But I always attribute to my daughter, Brigette. Hi, baby. It was her changing my life. Her telling me, like, I had eyes. I know it wasn't just you. I got an immense amount of peace because sometimes you just don't know how your kids view you, and that's important to me. How my kids look at me, if I'm still gonna be a man of integrity, and I am like definitely involved in my kids' life. Like it is like that's all I care about, making sure my kids gonna be straight. That's why I didn't travel and go to all these different spots to try to write songs. I didn't want to go too far away from my kids where if something happened I couldn't be there right away. You know what I'm saying? Right now, my oldest daughter lives in the majority of my kids live in Columbus. So I know like the effect that it can have on your kids because we talk about it. We talked about it. We talked about it in detail. I have a put it all out on the table policy. I believe in that because I know we around the same age. So we come up in the era of we ain't talking about this because I'm grown and you not.
Right.
And that was it. Like as if we're not gonna grow up to be human. Like as if we are kids who ain't human.
Right.
But you should talk about this stuff. Of course, you gotta have some boundaries, but the stuff that we didn't get to always talk about, the floor is a little bit open. And my mom actually was the one who told me, like, no, I gotta be like this because I didn't allow y'all to do this. So that's what's the dope thing about everything coming full circle for me. But how you feel about Kanye? Do you feel like it's extremely weird for Kanye to buy a house across the street from Kim?
I mean, it's funny to me. I heard about situations like this before. I know of a situation personally, you know what I mean, where like a couple split up, the wife moved away or tried to move across town, and then the husband literally not only moved down the street, but then moved another girl in with him right down the street from where his wife had moved to, And so I think it's like it's not necessarily weird. It's more or less like it's a bitch move in my eyes, and like I'm sorry, but excuse my language, but I'm just saying, like, for me, it's like you're playing the game, like you're playing games and you're trying to basically like antagonize her. You know what I'm saying? You had your family, you didn't make it didn't work for whatever reason. She's ready to move away and move on with her life. Let that lady move on with her life. Like, why would you move across the street? That's just, you looking real stalkerish, bro. That's not a good look for you.
Do he live in a house? Do he live there?
Live where?
In the house that he bought, because most.
Well, no, she got it in the divorce. She got that house in the divorce.
That he bought across the street?
They bought it together. I mean, you got to think she's rich too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying, so she had the house. Then he buy a house across the street from the house that they were in together?
Yeah, that was the story from what I'm hearing. Like, is that she got the house that they had together. She got it in the divorce. So then he went and bought one across the street, is what they're saying.
And so the house across the street, which sounds like a movie. Well, it is a movie.
Right.
The house across the street, do he live there or is he still in Wyoming?
Probably not. And see, that's the case. Like, he probably don't necessarily live there, but it's just, that's the whole point. Like, you're antagonizing her. You're just buying this house just to have it. It's just like, for instance, like,
what an ass, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just for me, it's just like a lot of the things he's doing is just like, it's just not a good look anyway. Like, at the end of the day, your kids are going to see this. Your kids are going to see all of this. You know what I'm saying? And most times than not, like, a mother can do no wrong in her kids' eyes. So it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, their mom is always going to be their most favorite person. There's nothing that he's ever going to be able to do to make them feel any differently about their mother. You're just going to push them away from you, if anything, like.
Well, this is what I'll say. Because I used to think that. I definitely used to think that until I talked to my own daughters. And my own daughters changed my own mind. That do not mean nothing. Your kid, you doing your job as a parent, fathers. Let me talk to the dads. Fathers, if you doing your job as a father, that's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Ye is just pushing the issue too much. Just do your job. Just do your job as a dad. However your custody.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, if all this stuff that he's doing right now is not, that's something that would push a kid away. Like, I'll be like, okay, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But if you just, like you said, do what you're supposed to as a father, your kids gonna see that, and they gonna want to be with you. They gonna want to be around you. You know what I mean?
My kids ask me every month to go buy a house in Columbus just because they think I can just go buy a house.
Let me ask you this. You said most of your children. How many children do you have?
A lot.
You said most of them. I was like, whoa. How many? Tell me.
I have 8.
8 children. Wow, you were just.
No, whoa. I was married.
Okay.
And we gonna,
so all 8 children are with your wife?
No.
Oh.
I have 5. I have 5 with my ex-wife.
Okay.
I have a son that I had 2 kids that I basically didn't find out until after I was married.
Okay.
I was young,
You had them while you were married, though.
No.
Oh.
It was before I got married.
Okay.
And so I found out, and I don't like.
You found out while you were married that you had these children
like both of
from
them,
prior.
Like,
okay, got you.
I found out when both of them was 2 and they're years apart. And then I adopted one. So my son's brother, I adopted him, and so he's mine. Like, nothing makes him any different than the ones I have. And people, when I tell people that, and then if then I count my lady son, so it's 9. You know what I'm saying? So, as a man, like, that don't bother me. You know what I'm saying?
No, it shouldn't. I mean, hey, kids are blessings. What I was gonna ask was,
it's expensive.
It's fair. Oh, I was about to say, because I got 3 and I'm broke all the time, so I don't know how
it is expensive.
I don't know how you walking around with Gucci shoes, because I ain't got not 1 pair and I only got 3.
These are not Gucci. They are off-whites. But this is the reason why. I'm gonna tell you why. God know what he doing. God gave me 2 low maintenance girls. Girls are really the expensive ones. Boys ain't as expensive. We gotta get the haircut.
I feel like as y'all get older, you guys are more expensive because y'all clothes and shoes and stuff. Like, my son now is only 9 and he wears he's already wearing like men's clothing.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's getting to that point now where his stuff is expensive. And it was like that. It used to be where he was the cheap one and my daughter is the expensive one. But now.
So my son just turned 14 March 6th. My other son will be 12 June 15th. My other son just turned 10 January 8th. January 10th, pardon me. And so now they are at that age of when it's getting expensive.
Oh yeah.
They, the boys be sneaking in my shoes and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't mind that because I buy them a whole lot of stuff too. And I'm like, you got one time to get a spot. But this the thing. I had to, like, for instance, I think what Kanye is doing is extra because he's trying to make up for insecurity that he have, and he's scared. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He moving like he's scared.
Yeah.
And like,
well, it's like he knows he's lost his family, basically.
yes,
So he's like panicking,
yeah, he's
almost. You
panicking.
know what I mean?
He's
He's like,
panicking.
hold on, what the hell? Like,
And I get it because, like my thing is, you just have, like I said, once you get clarity, once you come to yourself, he can start to move a little bit better and have more confidence in who he is as a parent. And not to say that he don't, but right now he not moving like it.
right.
And you know, I'm one of them cats who definitely I give Jay the benefit of the doubt a lot, but at the same time, um, like for instance, with me and my babies, um, I'm just confident in what I put in them.
Yeah.
And so whatever the result is after they go through that, it ain't on me. My job is to train.
Yeah.
Train, protect, and provide. And that's what I wanted to do. Like, and then I understand mental health. My father is a schizophrenic.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Amazing musician and songwriter and all of that. And so I understand what it's like to have mental health. My dad wasn't around because he didn't want to be. I'm his youngest, so when he got diagnosed and it went bad, I was only 10, the same age as my son.
Yeah.
So I see it, and I have a 6-year-old son too, but my 10-year-old, I get to explain to them like, we blessed, you know what I'm saying? And so when Kanye get his opportunity to get his kids, just take the opportunity to make the most out of it, man. Me and my boys, we kicking me and all the kids, we spend so much time together just talking, and every single day, what did you learn? If you didn't learn nothing in school from the book, what did an experience teach you today?
Right.
Like that's what it gotta be. So yes, I think that's the perfect word. You calling this stalkerish? I think it's panicky. I think it's controlling and panicky.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a great way to describe it. You know,
I mean, and this is from a big Kanye fan and somebody who actually understand like some of the stuff he be doing and why he be doing it. I even understand why he doing it now, but it's based on fear.
Right. And so basically what's been going on is that he's been basically making a lot of he's been going at Pete Davidson. Yeah, and he basically made a video, like he made a song, I guess, and a video.
With the game? I know he did one with the game.
It's called Easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Game Easy. And in the video, he, from what I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna just watch it real quick for a second. But basically in this video, he like kidnaps and like ties him up and murders him. It's like a Pete Davidson lookalike, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically, yeah, like, and so and so obviously after the video came out, you know, of course the blogs and the media and everybody's going crazy, like, you know, he basically like, you know, did this rendition of Pete Davidson being killed in his video, like, and after all of that and everything else that he's put out there and, you know, done, Pete Davidson basically had enough. So he clapped back at Kanye finally. And he basically, there was like a thread of text messages that went back and forth that got shared onto social media. I'm not sure if Pete Davidson shared them or if Kanye shared them, but either way, they got shared onto social media. And he basically, the dude Pete Davidson took a picture of himself with no shirt on. And I guess Kanye had texted and said, "What are you doing?" or "Where are you at?" or something, which I don't even know, like, what type of question is that to ask the dude? I don't know. That was just weird. Anyway, but then he texted him a picture of him in his shirt. He said, "I'm laying down in the bed with your wife." And some more other stuff. And so
that's the ultimate troll right there.
So it's like, you know,
look.
Not only so now they're basically now Pete Davidson is basically antagonizing him back. Like, okay, you want to play this game? We're gonna play this game. Like, you know, nobody and everybody, and that's Pete basically. You know, I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day, and that's what they were talking about it on there because they're like, dude, I guess he's all in his feelings now, feeling some type of way because he done had all this stuff to say, and he's trying to basically show it to everybody to make the Pete dude look bad, like, oh, look what he said to me. He's laying in bed with my wife. He's antagonizing me, da da da. But it's like, dude, you wasn't saying all that when you was doing everything you've been doing. So I don't know. It's just crazy and it's sad because it's all over, you know, the blogs and the kids are caught in the middle, and it's just a sad situation, you know.
It is. Victims gonna be victiming. That's all I know. You know, like Kanye walk around still with a chip on his shoulder. I mean, and it's for good and it's to his detriment.
The thing that I find so funny though is like Kim K. Okay, you come out, you get with this guy, you marry him. You know, now you want to act all shocked. He been crazy. Remember that year when he went up on the stage and took the mic from Taylor Swift and basically like the Beyonce had the best album and he like took her little shine. Video. Okay. When that happened, he was with Amber Rose at the time. That was before him and Kim K ever even got together. So it was like, come on, he been crazy. He been doing crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. There you go. Because I don't like to call nobody crazy.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, so I don't want to call him crazy. I mean, I'm crazy. That's why I feel like I want to say,
and most people who are creators or like they'll put it on like genius level stuff, like they call them crazy. And maybe I got offended because I didn't being called both. But I'll put it like this. He to the point where, to me, Ye just gonna say if that's how he feel, he gonna say it. He felt like Beyonce had the best video, and you can't give. If you watch Genius, right? He said whether I win or lose, I just want to talk. Like because I think like him, like Genius coming out, and I don't know if y'all seen it yet. He could have, if he just shut up when Genius came out, he would have won all of America back over.
Who?
Kanye. Because Genius is that good of a on Netflix. Go for
wow, I didn't realize he was only 28 years old.
Hmm?
So
you said who is?
I'm gonna tell you just some of the things that Pete Davidson had to say to Kanye West in text messages. First of all, let me just show you. Well, you're good. They're gonna get your camera view, but that's the picture. That's the picture he put up. Okay, so he says. Okay, so he says, "Yo, it's Skeet," because I guess Kanye West gave him this name, Skeet. You know, trying to be funny or whatever. So he texted him and said, "Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this." He said, "Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you're so effing lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the F up." And then it says, according to the screenshots, the story is coming from page 6. Kanye West texted back and said, quote, "Oh, you using profanity now? Where are you right now?" That Pete Davidson then sent the screenshot and text back and said, "In bed with your wife." So then Kanye West texts him and says, "Happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab. And then Pete Davidson says, "Same here. It's wonders what those places do when you go get help. You should try it." Like he tried to basically like make fun of him for going to get help.
But this is the thing, Pete Davidson is a paid comedian. Like Kanye can't.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Pete Davidson is a comedian. That's his job.
So he gonna clap back hard.
Yeah.
So he said, "I'm in LA for the day. If you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk."
Who said that?
Pete Davidson said that to Ye.
But Kanye is right, man. Look, y'all better quit acting like Kanye not from Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, like, it's all funny games until somebody gets hurt.
Hey, yeah, see, look, you gotta be forgetting.
It's all funny games until somebody gets hurt.
Kanye's still from Chicago. Now, because it's all cool, he's still from the rack. But fight, I'll be on that type time. That's it. I'm old, so I don't like to do it no more. But man, quit all this talking. Y'all gonna be you that mad? Square up.
Shout out to our boy TJ Johnson on the live. He said he need them glasses, Diggs.
Shout out to my brother Delray Graceland Eyewear. Please go if you here in the city. Hit up Delray Grace for all your glasses.
I actually need some glasses too.
Graceland Eyewear. That's another person that won the World Music Gang. It's a gang of us. You know, it's a lot of entrepreneurs that's either affiliated with the company, still in it. We don't kick nobody else. So once you've been in, you in. But shop Graceland Eyewear. You can look it up on Facebook as well. And if you don't know it, DELGRACE Jr. Delray, oh, I ain't gonna Ray. DELRAYGRACE Jr. Delray Grace. Go get your eyewear from him. That's where I get everything from.
So, okay, that was a nice little plug for them.
That's my brother, man. What I'm supposed to do.
I respect it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what do you think about NBA YoungBoy? You know, I mean, he's been in the headlines a lot, you know, and
just
he's now facing 7 years in prison for his federal firearms case. The trial is set for May 16th.
I'm hurt, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm hurt because, man, at some point you have to learn to be the reporter. And that's the problem. Like, people still want to be in it. You supposed to just be the hood reporter.
Right.
You ain't supposed to still be in it.
Right.
Of course, with the lifestyle that you live, one, you want to be real. Two, it's really real. Like, people will try to take you out of here, man. And so I think it's sad. I'm just sad that he even had to go through it, whether he win or lose. You feel me? Like, whether he wins or lose, you know, I just get tired of us having to do that. We the only hip hop, the only genre that is consistent in that. Like, we always got a case about something.
Yeah, always.
You know what I'm saying?
But then I wonder too, though, like, is that a racial thing then? You know what I'm saying? Because is it that we're just the ones always being targeted? You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, they end up with these cases, or is it that it's just us that seems to be getting in trouble all the time?
Hip hop police is real. We are rock and roll is as violent as hip hop.
Yeah, and vulgar.
As far as they live,
the lyrics are vulgar.
And definitely vulgar. You know, and then it's more so this. What I learned is, yes, it is a lot of racial overtones. I don't even want to say undertones. What I learned is it's relatability. This is why police officers are terrified of black people, because if you go and join a police force and try to police people you have no idea who they are and what they're about, how can you do that? Like, I don't know your son's father, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can at least know how to deal with him because of a understanding that we probably have that's similar. You know what I'm saying? If you have no kind of understanding of a culture, and we might have an intense conversation about Michael Jordan and LeBron James on the corner, and the police might just pull over because they think we really arguing. And every time a police officer comes see us, that's a life or death situation. Because we might be mad, we might be already intensified, and we might be mad that you even pulling up on us to even have this conversation for what?
Now, okay, so do you feel like maybe we could offset that a little bit if we weren't doing that? Like, what?
What I feel like is that we shouldn't have to. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
If we're gonna talk about feelings, because I ain't one who really believe in feelings like that. I'm one of those ones who like try to go on logic. Your feelings gonna change, but real talk, we shouldn't have to.
I agree.
We should not have to be worried. We should not have to be like, man, I can't be intense about something I'm intense about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this might end up being my best friend. If he end up being my best friend, and I can't have a heated conversation with you about basketball on the corner somewhere without the police pulling up, that's shameful. It is, about anything. Now, do I know a whole lot of police officers that's dope? Yes, I do. It's a lot of them, black and white.
Open that door for me. No, right out there.
Our
girl Corinne just popped in, just showed up.
Who did my photo? She did all. Shout out to Corinne.
Shout out to Miss Corinne. So she wants to stop in and holler at us. Yes, I love it. But I love having all these guests.
But even when it come to that.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah, so I don't know what we can do, Leah, like to change that. People have to want to understand, but to understand, to understand, people won't have to relinquish some power, and that's the problem. People don't want to. People don't want to give up that. People don't really want to give up that power. And so, for a person who dealt with the police a lot, or somebody, I forgot she coming over here.
Switch your chair for a bit.
I bet she ain't planning on being no dang on. Oh, there she go. It's early.
It is early, and I got the Taylor Port.
Oh, you gonna be on camera?
Yo.
Am I?
Yes.
What's up?
You want to?
Happy belated birthday.
Come on, go ahead. Have a
Well, I
seat.
guess we having a guest.
Hi. I don't have any glasses.
Oh, I drink out of a cup. You can drink wine out of a cup.
Oh yeah, I do. They had us those little cups down there or over there.
What's going on, family?
What's up, girl? Thanks for stopping through.
For sure. You know, I'm only down the street.
You want to get in?
That's dope. Where you going?
Be on camera? You enjoying the conversation? We talk about policing. We're talking about policing and
Oh Lord. Yeah, we off easy now.
Okay.
We talk about
policing and how
Oh man.
and discrimination.
Well, that's everywhere.
Getting in.
Yeah. And I mean that's part of what I think. I think we just need to understand each other a little bit better. We definitely got to rewrite some laws and rewrite some rules. All I need is that water.
What's left at the Taylor Port? You looking at your watch like it's early. Do you not know brunch at 1?
No. That's not what I looked at. I'm getting text messages and stuff.
You getting text messages?
Yeah.
Anybody else want some Taylor on this morning?
I want a little bit.
All right, little thing. Here you go.
There's my photographer, guys.
This is my girl Shay K. This is her stuff. This is her thing.
Oh, was that Taylor?
Yes.
Baby.
That's
Dangerous.
my girl Shay K got me hip to the Taylor Port. Yeah. It's that water, huh?
Y'all know what type of time
I got coffee over here, so I'm only gonna have a little bit. And,
What you gotta do?
but you
You
know,
wanna
since
shoot
you,
nobody
since you
today?
came through.
Not
And-
today.
Okay, so we gotta introduce our two guests that came through. First of all, we got Brandon Vickers here to my right. You gotta say hello.
How you doing?
And we got our girl Corinne over here who just stopped through. Corinne Photography.
What's up?
So tell the listening viewers a little bit about yourself real quick. You know, since you stopped through, you know, we're gonna definitely talk about Shandig's album in a second, but you know, let's talk about who this is that stopped through. Miss Corinne.
Real quick. What's going on, everybody? Corinne, Mahogany Photography here. Make sure y'all book y'all sessions.
Tell them where to book you.
Y'all can book me online. I do have a Facebook page, Mahogany Photography, and I also have a website, www.mahoganyphotography.com. I'm located downtown, 425 Jefferson, right down the street from my girl over here. You know, so we in the neighborhood, downtown neighborhood,
Lock
right
and
in the
loaded all
area
downtown.
for sure. So we taking it over, baby. So that's what we're doing. And I got some 22% off sessions, birthdays.
Well, let me go book mine. Man.
Graduation is 22% off this year. Prom, we doing prom. Are they doing prom this year?
I know that. I feel like they haven't done it for the last couple of years because of COVID, right?
Y'all know I shop a lot, so every time I go somewhere, all I see is like the prom, like the dress.
So maybe they are doing it this year because I know like the last couple of years they haven't done it because of COVID, but maybe this is probably gonna be like the first year.
The opening.
I got 2 nieces and a nephew. Well, I got a bunch of nieces and nephews in high school right now. I know they're doing it in Columbus. My daughter don't even go to that.
My daughter's been talking about the prom. I mean, she's only a sophomore this year, but next year, you know, she'll be doing the prom and stuff. But all right, Shandig. So Shandig, with no further ado, let's talk about this new album for the lovers. Corinne, have you got a chance to check out any of his album?
Absolutely. I wanted to talk about the production personally because that was one of my favorite parts.
Yes, and I was trying to TJ Johnson said he needs photos.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to get the video in here, but for whatever reason I couldn't figure it out. So
it's cool.
We didn't do it, but
go
yes,
on YouTube.
That's
go
right.
on
Tell
YouTube.
them,
Just type in Shandig. Type in Don't Let Go. It is for you ladies out there. There's 3 of us begging, 1 of us not. I know my brother Johnny gonna get on here and say I wasn't begging.
They really bring back the 90s feel though. That's what I love about it. That 90s R&B, jagged edge. It gave me a real jagged edge.
I'm gonna tell you right now. them singers on that song is gonna be mad that you called them jagged edge.
Well, I'm not calling them jagged edge. I'm just saying they gave me a jagged edge feel, which that's a compliment. Because jagged edge was one of the dopest.
No, I love jagged edge.
They was one of the dopest.
I like groups who.
It was one of the dopest groups.
Everybody can sing in a group. Like that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Like instead of having that the one singer who got to sing every part and then you just doing
hear them in the background and do what.
Well, no, some of it. A lot of times it was just for the look, because groups were hotter than solo R&B artists for a little minute. Like you would see a random group popping out of nowhere. Then it went to the boy band type. Like boy bands come from out of R&B groups. You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to bring that feel, to it. But yes, let me put this in the camera. She did all of these pictures. Every one of them.
Yes, I love
that. That was in my living room. I was working
outside.
Man, if you hungry, you'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you this, Corinne. Were you that's so funny. Okay, so that's why you told her to come up here, because it's like she did all the cover art.
Well,
so that's
this is my homie. You know
and that, but she's my homie too, though. So I mean, we here too, though. But I just thought
I care about what she.
It's crazy because we're talking about your album, and then it's like you want to get on photography, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's dope.
It's supposed to be on the summer edition.
So now, when you were doing these photos out of your home, well, did you start like during COVID? Did you was that when you decided like I want to take my photography serious, or like when did you decide I'm gonna really take this serious?
I've been kind of on and off with photography for the past 11 years. I've had a love and hate relationship with photography.
Girl, I'm right with you, and I'm still there.
Listen, the passion that I had when I first started, fresh out of high school, in college, going to UT, Owens and UT, I was just like, yeah, I'm down for the cause. I'm down to shoot anybody, everybody.
Right.
And then as soon as the demand started really coming in, that's when I was like, you know what? Maybe it might not be my thing. So I kind of had to take some time off to really, I guess, reconsider my why. Why am I into photography?
Right.
Why am I doing this particular art form? Even though I'm multi-talented, but photography was the way I went because I like being able to tell a story. I like being able to give people a chance to bring their essence through. You know what I'm saying? Show people what you got going on.
Speaking of multi-talented, what's the other talent?
Yes, what's the other
talent? Corinne is actually an amazing singer.
Wow, Corinne, let us hear something.
There'll never be a better love for you than me. I'm a little raspy.
Girl, okay, girl.
I got a little something.
No, I love it because that's a true singer right there. Because I thought she was gonna say, when I said give us something, I thought she was gonna go, not right now. Because a lot of people would do that, especially when I was on the 419 grind. I remember we would interview a lot of artists, and we'd be like, love song for us, or sing something for us, and they'd be like, I'm not,
It's my rap day. Don't call me for real.
I love it.
Should I just be quiet?
No, I did not. I wanted to hear it. So yeah,
that's
all right. So are you recording, or do you just kind of have fun with it?
I just started taking that seriously this year.
Really? Okay.
And I'm gonna have some projects coming out
around
Mother's Day. Tribute to my mom. Then I have another project coming out around June. Tribute to my brother. So yeah,
that's awesome.
I've been writing songs and.
So your mom and your brother, they both gone on?
Yes, they have. And I'm and I over here, we trying to start his little YouTube channel.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the works, but overall, I just been focused on really being more consistent. Yeah, I'm just gonna say here, baby. We gonna have to.
But yeah, so this is the thing. I do like talking about. I mean, not necessarily. You don't do better than me at this point. I'm old. But I love making music for the love of the music. But my passion is actually people like her, like to make sure I'm continuing to create the platforms for them to showcase their gifts. I'm big with that. Like, as soon as you call me, that's why I'm like, I can do as much as you need to or whatever you need me to do. Because, and you see how is it 419 grind? I'm going to be there as much as I need to help push whatever anybody is doing. That's what my call is. So I said we was gonna get into it. Let's get into it now. Saturday. Anybody who know me, know that like I said, my passion is getting out. I ain't got the bread to put nobody on, but I can't create the platform for them to do it. So Saturday, we are doing a live band karaoke. It's a big live band karaoke too. It's gonna be a cash prize there. Y'all know me. I do not mind spending no money, giving it away, none of that. Come on out. If it's your birthday, come kick it. I got at least 2 shots for you. All of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And Corinne gonna be there Saturday night.
I'm gonna be there Saturday.
That's
That is
19th, right?
Yes.
at the Vibe Lounge.
It's just your birthday.
That's your birthday?
His birthday is the 20th.
Pisces.
Oh,
Pisces
yeah.
season still. Right?
Bro,
You Pisces?
like-
Pisces? And you want to?
I'm an Aries
Yeah.
girl.
Oh, you an Aries?
Aries.
Oh, you
Aries
close. I know
season,
that's
girl.
my fire sign.
And we right on the horizon.
Listen.
Mm.
Okay. Anywho, go ahead. Keep
But
going.
no, so that's the first event we got coming up. The live karaoke, and if you rap, you can still come. I just want to tell people.
Do they have to use the band?
No, do they have to use the band? No, but you to the point where we know enough instrumentals. The band know enough instrumentals. Well, you can rap your own 16 or 32. Do not give me no 64s. But you can come and do a nice 32 or whatever you're gonna do.
At the showcase or at the karaoke.
Just at karaoke. I got some shows coming.
Cause I got flows, right? They used to call me Young Star.
Okay, cause period.
I got flows. Don't get it
Well, come
twisted.
show me on Saturday.
I might have to
Shelly
come
gonna
through.
be.
I might have to come
I
through.
was gonna come in.
I might have to
What's up,
come
Shelly?
through and show y'all what I
Tiffany
do.
gonna be there.
What's on the
So
floor?
it's gonna be some singers there. So even
Real thanks.
yes,
And I have to give a shout out.
No,
I have to give a shout out to my boy TJ Johnson, one of the best
who come out here?
barbers in Toledo.
My brother.
He cuts my son's hair sometimes too.
Come out here, you feel me?
Yes, I love him. Make sure y'all get with him if you need a cut.
And his wife. Shout out to Kayla.
Yes, love Kayla. Shout out to Kayla. Yep, she be getting the hair together while she gets the ladies' hair together while he gets the men's hair together.
Listen.
And they just a dynamic duo.
Beautiful.
So yes,
Beautiful. I did their wedding. I shot their wedding.
Yeah, I remember that. And it was so you did so beautiful too. And you did you did TJ's birthday party. I was where I didn't meet you there, but I remember we had met that day over at Alexandria.
Yes, it was fun, girl. It was live. It was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a real fun party.
That's my bro.
Yeah.
And so,
I feel like I need to have a party for my birthday. I've never really done that.
you
Like,
know,
I've never had a party.
Me and my brother.
Maybe next year. Next year's my 40th.
Okay.
So maybe
Well,
next
this is
year.
the perfect time to start planning.
It is because I can plan a party because I said like, oh, I'm gonna go out of town, which I still am gonna do, but I can still plan a party for like us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Celebration
Friday or Saturday before.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Before I leave and then go out of town.
Well, I'm gonna tell people y'all gonna have to spend some money. Come on, get ready to spend some money, y'all. I'm tired of people saying it ain't nothing to do in Toledo. I am literally changing that. I'm changing that. We got the karaoke on the 19th. That's gonna be packed. That's gonna be fun. And it's R&B R&B only too. So it's not gonna be just a concert. We really gonna have don't be there if you don't want to slow dance. we on that type of time. Then right after that, we got a masquerade ball at a mansion. That's exclusive.
Oh.
Yes.
Somebody sent me the flyer for that. And
Probably Ryan.
Yeah, I think somebody did send me a flyer and asked me if I was gonna come.
It was either Verse or it was my brother. That's an event we doing too. That's exclusive. It's only exclusive to 100 people. It's gonna be wine and catered all night. We're gonna have a band. It's gonna have poets.
I just thought about all the weight I gotta lose between now and then. You know,
Listen, man. Boil down. You know what I'm saying? I done already got my outfit sitting in the closet right now. I done already bought mine and got a table. We good on this, man. But then for my birthday, odd number, but I'll be 37. But I'm doing April 24th.
Ooh, Taurus season.
Gang life. But April 24th, I'm doing a roast at at Kids Retro.
So we get to rush you?
Yes.
I'm gonna be there.
Look, I've never seen anybody. I've never seen the city up to
I'm not good at that though.
Yeah,
I don't know how to crack
this is my problem. Why are people so excited to crack on me? Like everybody is like extremely happy. Like, bro, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be here in the building.
These niggas is talking about writing down jokes. I'm like, what I did to y'all?
So please, now he want to do the Kanye. Now he want to play the victim.
Oh,
He be cracking jokes all the time.
But here's the difference. On this roast, I'm gonna have a mic the whole time.
You so you gonna be talking shit back.
I'm talking right back.
I like that.
I don't even know why he worried.
And so and I've been talking about that, but what I haven't talked about with this show, we're gonna do the first time ever a duet show where we gonna team up. We're gonna pick out of a hat before we start. And it's gonna be like 30 singers, and you're gonna have to sing a song with whoever you pull.
Wow, I like that. That's
and then it's stuff like that. My goal this year is to innovate.
Yeah,
we have to do stuff that has not been done. Even with the song, even with the karaoke, the band really knows like 100 songs.
Wow.
And so like y'all gonna, for those who sing and haven't got to sing with the band, I'm gonna give people a little insight with the camera. This is how you get on my shows. And if you do R&B and you know about them shows that I'll be throwing for them R&B artists, that's the biggest platform that we have in Toledo.
Yes,
I'll be doing it.
Yes,
and so I'm telling y'all right now, if you do not come out to support, don't ask me to be on no show. Rap too, because in May, here's another event. We doing Love and Hip Hop too. Love and Hip Hop is love and laughter for rappers. So, and it's going to be on the patio at the bar. We're going to start off our.
So when is that going to be?
We haven't locked in a date yet.
Okay.
But it's going to be.
Summer gets warmer.
I want to get warmer. I want that. I want them lights. I want them lights shining in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to make sure it ain't raining because it actually feels like it rained more in May now than it does in April anymore. So we working. Then June, we gonna do it either June or July. We doing Love and Laughter weekend.
I'm excited about that.
So and so that's gonna be another Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, I ain't playing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
You already got your venues together?
I already got my venues together for all of it. Everything I named is already booked.
I love it.
Everything I did is already booked. And here's the thing.
Well, I'm gonna be there.
So like you said, people can't be out here talking about it ain't nothing to do here. But you making it happen for the city.
And then y'all know we running back to prayerfully we be running back to 90s Park Jam, that we do down at the park. Last year was
that was
crazy.
Yeah, but I seen the video. I'm like, dang.
It was fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
I think I was out of town.
You were.
Yeah.
You were out of
town.
I'm definitely gonna get to that.
You gonna have your bars ready?
I'm gonna have my bars ready.
And like my goal is, I don't know what nobody else doing, but my thing is, when I did the 419 grind, I got corrected. I said, I don't know anybody who gave people a real life platform to showcase their talent.
The listening, UGE, back in like 09, 010.
I used to do the listening all the time. Shout out to my boy Mike Hayes and Adonis and Kevin Scott. Kevin the one I have been going to Kevin like my brother.
Kevin around Scott.
So Kevin the one that turned me young. But Darla, I'm begging Darla to come and do the karaoke right now. Ooh. But far as
Joyce too.
Yeah, Joyce gonna be there.
Oh, she is?
She gonna be there. Right? So it's stuff like that I think that singers, because of hip hop, nothing to my hip hop, rappers, because y'all, one thing, I rap too, but hip hop, I think, has discouraged a lot of the singers. I hear from singers all the time saying that, man, ain't nobody trying to listen to my stuff. And these are the great, these are great nationally talented vocalists here, and they just completely discouraged. And so what me and my brother and our team are doing And I gotta say all my brothers, because RC, Tracy.
Yes,
like,
shout out to RC.
Everybody.
Warm music, everybody.
Yes, so when I say my brothers, I really mean like my brothers. Like we really, one of the things that we want to do is create safe spaces for us to come showcase our talent.
Right.
Sasha working on something I know.
Shout out to my girl Sasha Denise.
CJ just create
and Anisha Cherie.
Yes.
Baby, y'all be getting to it. And it's so crazy because it's like y'all got the city on lock for real at the end of the day. Because every single time I see an event or a flyer, it's always y'all, like always. And I'm like, okay,
well, that's the thing, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? So Saturday I went to the Vibe and I went to Evolution. And I see like us coming up, when I was coming up, and we, like I said, we close in the same age. The people who are our age were still going out to places that were mature and safe to go out at. The people our age, they don't even go out. We don't really go out. Like we have traveled.
We scared.
I was gonna say, I mean, so that's what I'm
saying. The reason I do how I do, like I'm very particular about who I pick to be on shows, but I also realize, like for the most part, don't nobody want to come mess nothing like that up.
No,
people don't want to do that because, like knowing some of the owners, I know like the politics it is with black club owners that they just don't want us to have nothing. That's real, and so like I want to do two things. I want to give us a safe place to come and have fun and kick it, but I also want to give artist, rapper, and singer alike an opportunity, man. And people got to come with their cameraman. People got to come with, if you serious, this right here is all you need right now is a phone.
You know what's so funny that you said that, because I don't know if you got a chance to watch the show yesterday, but I interviewed our boy Dre McCullum. Shout out to Dre. And it was a really great interview, and he ended up calling me afterwards. Well, he messaged me and asked me to call him, and I called him, and he was just like, I just want to tell you thank you, and I just want to tell you I'm proud of you for what you're doing, like keep going, like because you be working, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, and I know you probably get into moments where you feel like ain't nobody watching, or you feel like you want to. And it was crazy because I never said that to him, but I do. I have those moments where I'm like, ain't nobody really paying attention to me. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why I'm wasting my time. I might as well go give me a job, this, that, and the third. And then people, every time I'm having them thoughts, it'll be somebody who calls me or sends me a message.
Yeah.
And they remind me like of who I am, and they be like, "No, you gotta keep doing that. Like, you the only one out here doing it besides the 419 grind. Like, we set a precedent, you know what I'm saying, in the city, and like, and even though we're not together no more, like we're still together though, because they're still my people. Like, it ain't no love lost, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna collab and do what we do, you know what I'm saying? And see, that's the problem with a lot of people. Situations happen, and people take shit personally. And that's what that was another thing that we talked about yesterday. Dre, he said, if he could give any advice, you know what I'm saying, one of his biggest pieces of advice was quit taking shit so personal. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I work in the insurance industry. I have a lot of people who come in and they're very excited, they're very hyped, because he's successful. So when they hear him talk, they think, oh, I could go in and do what he does. But then, once they get in it, they realize you got to really put in that work to get what he is. You know what I mean? And so he said a lot of people come and go. But he was like, I had to realize you can't take that personal. And I let them learn what they learn from me, get what they get from me, and then they go on and take it with them.
May I interject really quickly?
Absolutely.
This is another case of quality and not quantity. A lot of times
say that again, girl.
We are discouraged by the amount of eyes or viewers or whatever.
We're discouraged by the quantity. We should just be discouraged by the quality.
Truth be told, those few followers you have on a consistent basis that could probably give you better feedback and better support. You know what I'm saying? It's all about quality. It's really all about quality. And at the end of the day, so long as you're continuing to give out good quality, you're going to attract people that can really bring quality to whatever it is you're doing. Even if it's just for. Kenneth Johnson is one perfect example.
Oh yeah,
one person. That'd be one person.
Kenny.
You know what I'm saying? That I feel like, and I haven't even had the chance yet, but I feel like I can rely on.
Mm-hmm.
That's quality. Just one.
Yeah.
That's quality.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing. Because you're in give good quality, and you're going to attract good quality people. you're going to attract good quality investors. You're going to attract good quality support. You're going to attract good quality audience.
That's exactly what Dre was saying yesterday. He was just like, he's like, I don't care if you feel like ain't nobody watching. Like, Pete, they watching.
You
They
got,
you gotta keep going. Like, you got to keep going,
You got one on right now, the Bishop Breon
Hall.
Shout out to Dr. Bree. I love Dr. Bree. Shout out to Dr. Bree. That's my pastor and my mentor. And shout out to Greater New Psalmist Church. That is my church. I am a member. Make sure y'all check out Breon Hall Ministries. For y'all word. I was just watching him yesterday online. I love him to death. He always has a new word in
the first year. But they kept going.
Yep. And that's what he talks about a lot of times. I believe that was kind of what he was talking about in his sermon yesterday. He was saying, like, you get distracted. We get distracted. We get in our own way and that's really what it is. We get in our own way more than anybody. We want to talk about the haters and the racism and the this and the that. But what about you? Responded. What about you though? What about what you're doing to yourself and your own brand? And he talks about that a lot. So shout out to Dr. Breon Hall. I love him.
I wasn't gonna say this, but I would rather say it. So if anybody try to do it, y'all know I'm on it first. I'm working on something right now called "I'm Not Local, I Just Live Here."
Okay.
Period.
Ooh.
So
I love it.
Dr. Breon Hall, what he just said about Coca-Cola, right? It's the same thing.
What does it say?
He said Coca-Cola only sold 14 bottles their first year, but they kept going.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So I brought that up.
Shout out to Dr. Bree.
I brought that up because and it just touched on something because I really don't be wanting to talk about it, but I might as well keep talking and speaking into existence. Where I believe we have national talent all around us in Toledo because people who leave Toledo are extremely successful, and everybody who leave be like, man, we really kind of better than everybody. And if you travel like I be traveling, we are. And so I like to say this. I like to say this. We are geographically challenged, which means we're just in a place where nobody's looking for the hottest artist in Toledo. Nobody's looking for the hottest artist in the world in Toledo.
Right.
So what we have to do is create the content where we can still be found in Toledo.
Exactly.
Which I should have had my videographer following me around just to show how it really is. Because like this is how the show concept came. Michael Jackson, we all know, is the #1 artist ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the second most popular human to ever walk the earth other than Jesus. Like if we go look at something like that. He's the most probably like Hitler and like Michael Jackson and like Jesus Christ. Like those are the names that everybody. But you know where Michael Jackson is from? Gary, Indiana.
Wow.
Everybody was local at one point.
Yeah.
Even if you in LA, in that hood, you were only local and you still were just a local artist in that hood.
Right.
You just happen to be in a different city. Everybody was local at one point.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I'm not local, I just live here. I love talking about God. The Bible say, please don't turn me into a preaching.
Because he is a preacher.
But the Bible says,
Dr. Bree said he's using that too. I'm not local. I just live here. He said he's using that, and he'll give him credit for it.
Okay. Dr. Hall, I actually want to come with a photographer, with a videographer, and have you in a section on that. That's real. But the Bible said a prophet is without honor in his own home. People were walking with Jesus every single day, and they played him like the dude that built tables, Joseph's son. You walking with God right now. You talking to God right now.
Judas, right? He turned on.
No. Just regular people where he's from. Oh, from that. Oh, Joseph's son from that. Little Jesus. Joseph's son from that. You walking with God, but you only telling me that he can build a table when he can when he can raise the dead, when he can turn water into wine. Because a prophet is without honor in his own home. Why do you think that people go out of town and reinvent themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is why when anybody say, "Oh, I seen your little podcast this morning," you correct them immediately. Ain't nothing little about what I'm doing.
Nothing.
And nothing
and
little
you know what? We have to get out of the habit of it too, because I I constantly do that to myself. Like I'll be like, oh, my little,
And
No.
downplay your own
and I downplay
The
my
Bible
own
says-
stuff. Yeah.
Y'all got me going.
big, baby.
The Bible says death and life is in the power
Of the tongue, baby.
I'm not calling nothing I do little.
Nothing.
Because it might even be little for me. Who's to say what it's going to turn into for my... The Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. We only think money. When your kids see you doing this, that's an inheritance that they might want to take up and take it to a next level.
Yeah.
My dad got 2 gold records. I might not get it, but what if one of my 8 kids do music and they take it past both of us? That's an inheritance that my dad left for his children's children, right?
Absolutely.
Look, I ain't gonna never get on here and
Coming
claim
real
that I'm the
packages,
best Christian in the world, but I tell you what, that book ain't never steered me wrong because you can apply it to everything. What are we doing to leave a legacy?
Mm-hmm.
It gotta be more. This ain't about a deal. It's
Right.
about a legacy.
Right.
I really wanted to say, if you're gonna do music, it better be quality like this. That's why I went to go get everybody to show people that it is levels to this.
Yeah. For sure.
When I had these, you see how I be when I be
Oh, yeah.
when I be on the show. I'm holding everybody accountable. Stop telling me what that Toledo don't support. Stop telling me that you ain't that.
Oh yeah, don't call the show. Don't call the show and talk to Shan because he gonna know you.
Yeah, get to work.
He's going to tell you the truth.
Listen,
No.
do you have your BMI set up or your ASCAP?
Yes.
Is your stuff? Do you know how to copyright?
Yes.
Do you have a hard drive? So if your engineer not doing what he's supposed to do, you can say, "Give me all my files. I can go get it mixed somewhere else."
Too big.
Do your work.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's what it got.
though, yeah.
That's what it got to be about. Stop making excuses, man. I prayed one day, and I was crying. I said, "Man, why can't I be the artist who go into a packed house here in the city and I just get invited to a packed show?" God said, just like I'm talking to y'all, I didn't call you for that. You provide the big shows for somebody else to walk into.
Okay.
That was the end of the prayer. That was it.
Nah, I feel you.
And whether it be in gospel, because I got one of them albums, or whether it be in the world, my job, the Bible says your gift come without repentance. My gift is going to be my gift.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to make room for
And it's going to make room for me. That gift has been making room for me for over 15 years.
Amen. That's nothing but a blessing.
You have a gift to talk. I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it. Don't take your gift lightly. Until people learn their gift and learn how to conquer it, nobody's ever going to be operating in their purpose. Operate in your purpose and you be cool.
And like Shannon said, take it serious. Don't like that's something that I've had to work on. It's like with me, it took me a long time to realize that what I have is a gift. You know, I was always like, oh, well, I mean, I don't know how to sing. I don't know how to do this. I don't got no gift. Like, and it took me well into my 30s to realize my gift is this right here. It's my mouthpiece. It's my voice box. Like that's my gift. That's the gift that God gave me. And my purpose is to be a voice for people who otherwise cannot be one.
They call it the gift of gab.
No, I'm going to tell you something so crazy. This is how you know that your gift comes without repentance. Sorry, doctor, don't be mad. A pastor and a preacher maintains the same gift.
Mm-hmm.
Preachers convince us to believe in something that we can't taste, touch, feel, smell, or see. A pimp tells a woman to go sell your body and do every single thing that you need to do to get the money out of a man when he has to do no work, and he convincing her that he's the best thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference?
So wait, hold on.
The gift is the same. The gift is the same. To convince us, you're selling hope. You're selling hope in God's kingdom.
Well,
you're selling hope in another. It's the same.
I don't know if I agree with that. And
I'll tell you why.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear your theory, but why I feel like there's a difference is because, like you just said it. You said
just in what
a pimp is going out and doing nothing. He's doing no work. He's letting her go out and do all the work, and he's just sitting back collecting the money. I've definitely seen the work that pastors and preachers put in. Like, yeah, they might sit and collect some tithes or some money or whatever, but what about them days and them nights when they going and they visiting people in the hospital? They're going to people's funerals. They're feeding the homeless. They're feeding kids. Like,
hold on. But if you know pimps, if you know pimps, which I do. They do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff. They do give backs. They do all of this other stuff. They do a lot of
they give backs.
They do events. They do that stuff. Stuff. Well, I'm more so talking about.
Hey, Dr. Hall said you're gonna call him after the show. Okay.
But what I'm saying is more so. What do you see pimps turning to a lot?
Pastors.
Okay, so tell me a pastor right now. No, like what pastor right now?
You don't have to ask me. Dr. Breon Hall is right here, and I bet he is weak because he know I'm not lying. I'm not lying because the gifting is still the same. Now, whatever kingdom you decide to use your gift for,
it's different.
That's what the difference
but it's the same method.
Well, then it is a difference.
No, it's not. Because if I can sing, I can sing gospel and I can sing R&B. The difference is the kingdoms.
That's
I'm
the only
for God's kingdom. If I'm singing
so Dr. Lee can be a pastor and a pimp is what you're saying.
You gotta choose.
He pimping for Christ Jesus.
Choose. The Bible says, "Choose ye this day who you will serve."
He ain't pimping for money. He pimping for soul.
I get it.
Yes,
I get it. I
understand. You know what Toledo lacks? Hope. Toledo lacks hope. Nobody thinks they can do anything from the city and be national with it.
Yeah.
And we are in a city called Holy Toledo.
I was just gonna say, it's Holy Toledo. Got a church on every corner.
Listen. I go online and say all the time, I love everybody to produce Uncle. I call Charlie Mack Uncle Charlie. This is the thing. They can shoot ahead of everybody if they gave local artists hope. It's about 400 local artists now, and they know that they might be able to get regular radio play.
Yeah.
That's hope that you can be able to sell. Like when I went to go get that billboard, everybody's saying like, oh, this is possible. Don't nobody gotta die. Remember when I put my Christmas album on the billboard and I had them all around the country?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I put my Christmas album on the billboard and I had them all around the country.
When was this? I didn't know.
This year.
Wow.
21.
Yeah, so I had to provide hope.
For sure.
That no matter where you at, you can do this.
Yeah. It's all about how you market yourself.
You don't know who's gonna call you.
Mm-hmm. Again, same thing that Andre was saying to me on the phone. He said, he was like, man, you just gotta start showing up everywhere until like your name and your face is just everywhere. Till then people are gonna be calling you, wanting you to come, interview them. They don't have to pay you.
Dr. Hall said it's hard out here for preachers.
It's hard out here for preachers.
Man, listen. I mean, I actually make that comparison all the time. Like when I was going into like in my divorce, I did an album called Levels 3. She's on there, and it was going from a secular album to a gospel album in the middle. So I started off with I had like 2 sex songs, and then my life literally transitioned in the album.
Hey, because that's real life though, right?
And that's what it was, right?
All those sex songs.
And I got a song called PNP. Pastor Pimp. Poems and
Well, Pastor Hall said, speaking of being pimped, he feels like he gets pimped by the people. Let's talk about that.
Thank you.
The preachers is out here getting pimped by the people, so let's talk about that.
And we can, because how we treat pastors is oftentimes how our relationship is with God. Mm-hmm. We only go to him when we need him.
Yeah. We need him. That's it.
And he's absolutely right. How is that not getting pimped?
Yeah. Pimping the pimp.
Woo.
The calling on him is high, so the responsibility is high. And so he has to not be in his feelings all the time.
What do I got right here?
What you got?
To whom much is given, much is required.
Let me tell you.
And so, like you gotta understand, I grew up watching Dr. Breon Hall. Anybody to tell you, I was a church boy, and I have no shame in it. I'm still him.
Leah got this walk like she work out every day. Right.
So,
Like, oh, girl, I'm sore in my legs. Leg day was yesterday, girl.
I'm still sore, girl. I'm
I
just getting old in my old age.
But anyway, but like my thing is, why do we treat people who we see once a month, every week, worse than we treat the people who we look at in some esteem? Pastor Breon Hall, Bishop Hall can probably speak better to this. He'll have a revival where he been preaching for 2 months about the same thing. He got a series on it.
Yeah.
One person comes in with some kind of notoriety and preach the same thing he been preaching, and everybody want to turn and do flips. I've been saying it my whole life.
Right.
What ministry?
Breon Hall Ministries.
Okay. Is he located somewhere?
But
he's at Greater New Psalmist Church, 3251 Glendale Avenue.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm looking for
yes, come by and visit. Check it out.
Shout out to my sister Kayla Shay.
Yes.
She do praise and worship.
Yes.
One of my favorite singers.
I lift my hands in adoration.
Are you gonna come out of retirement to be a praise and worship leader? Because I'm done. But what I'm saying is,
I thought about doing like a rap gospel album.
Hey.
I'll tell you. But this ain't not hate, but you do realize that's what I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
As a singer, I put singing to the side to be a gospel rapper. That is the hardest genre in the United States to do.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Don't nobody want to hear you rap about Jesus. Rap.
You ain't rapping about no booty twerking.
Man, listen, man.
But that's the thing. See, like, and that's
I
why
know
I feel
you
like
hear us. That's why I gotta call on Jesus. Hear that? Because that's how a lot of them rap. Man, look, I ain't one of them people.
But it don't have to be. It don't have to necessarily be that. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be fake with it neither. But because I have lived in the world and I've been through a lot, and I got a lot to talk about, and I got different stories. But now I'm in a place where I'm trying to give the glory to God, and I want to give the glory to God.
Just make it fire.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
I
said, anything I do is fire. Shannon, look who you talking to.
I'm not even going into music for real like that. I was just going through film.
To an Aries. We bring the flame. We bring the
fire signs.
Fire signs.
Rocky.
Yep. Bye, Dr. Bree. Love you.
Flo. Yeah. It's y'all. It's some of the best talented people from here are Aries. Flo and Rocky, two of my favorite rappers all the time. I mean, and they are the two that I didn't get on this project that I wanted to get on there. But shoot, you're gonna be on the summer one, so we already talked about that. But we could talk about that now. I'm done preaching. But I just want to inspire people, man. It's too. I don't know. Whatever your gift is, do you get paid? What you think your main gift is?
It's hard to say right now. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? My gift is really my kids. You know what I'm saying?
So start a mentoring project. Start a mentoring program. Because other kids need you because they don't have you.
Yeah, that's the perspective.
See, we don't even think about it like that.
You have daughters?
Well, yeah, stepdaughters. Yeah.
Okay, even still, stepdaughters are important too. I was a stepdaughter for a short amount of time. And then, you know, I had no daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm all this. Okay? So, you know, it definitely makes an impact.
I talked to my brother Tracy yesterday, and he's starting one. Go, get with him.
I feel like that would be a great thing. And then, too,
and he looked like the bitch. He looked like a mentor. On life. He looked like a mentor, bro. He do.
You got the beard?
Bro, don't.
I'm gonna take you serious.
Look like he lived some life and experienced something.
You know,
like this is where I believe he's a Pisces. His birthday's coming up.
Happy birthday, my baby's a Pisces. Happy birthday. Yes, you're empathetic on purpose and on accident at the same time. So go ahead.
So ain't that a mentor?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
And I think, you know, because one of his things, you know, is like he didn't graduate high school, you know, and then he went back to get his GED, still hadn't, you know, had struggles with that. But now he's in trucking school, you know, and he's getting a CDL and working towards getting on the right path. So I think a really great mentorship a mentor program for him, especially because we do have a son. And that's what I told him is like that's your ride. Young boys who feel like they can't finish school and they like, you know, fall out to the system or whatever, they get lost in the system or whatever that situation is. And listen, we grew up, everybody taught us you have to go to school, you have to graduate, you gotta go to college. You don't have to do that. Now, what we're learning nowadays is all another thing Andre said yesterday. His greatest piece of advice: get you a skill. And hone in on that. You have to have a skill. And you have to hone in on that. And then you go hard at that. And no matter what you want, you can be successful.
Do you realize most people who have the skill, whatever skill they have gotten it from a gift? Like, I'm a skilled songwriter, but if my gift wasn't singing, I wouldn't get as good.
I wouldn't be songwriter.
Yeah, I'm a skilled journalist, but it's only because my gift was my voice. Like, my gift was talking. I wouldn't have went to school for that.
Here's my testimony for you. My cousin had 11 felonies or 12. He like 42, but he just got his 6th truck.
Woo!
6th. My uncle just said he was driving on the highway. He looked over and he see his son's truck driving next to him.
Right.
Roll the window down like, hey, what's up? Like, and the driver looked down at him like, oh, what's up, Pops? Proudest moment of his life. Right. And that same uncle who's been a dad to our whole family, he was the one that gave his son the initial investment.
All right. I love that.
I'm gonna tell y'all,
amazing story.
You got it in. It's on you. You know
Let me interject really quickly.
I love that, Stan. That was such great.
Man, look, because it's around us.
You will set the tone for people, not just for the young ones, but for those your age. A lot of times, discouragement, which is like the cousin of fear. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we get into this certain age bracket and we feel like, oh, it's over.
It's over. My time is up.
My time is up. I ain't got no other options except but to settle for this job I hate, take care of my children.
Right.
And that's not true.
Right.
We are still here to break generational curses, even at 32 and beyond. We're still here to make the way and the road for.
Somebody just sent me something on Facebook, or one of them. It was like a meme, and it said, "You think you're something? Don't tell me what you're too old to do." And it gave like 4 famous people who are like rich right now that like didn't start. One of those like famous directors,
Morgan Freeman, to get his break to 53.
Yeah, and then like other people.
2 Chainz was 30-something.
Yeah, so it's like you know what God has for you, He has for you.
It is for you.
The problem is, it's like we get in our own way, and then He has to modify His plan for us because we done got in the way and messed it up.
I got 2 things I want to say. My cousin Brian, who's a preacher, taught me something a long time ago. He said, sometimes the only way you lose is if you quit. That's number 1.
That's the only way you lose.
And this is a Shannonism right here. Comfortability is the enemy of success.
It is.
It is.
I do not allow myself to get comfortable in no relationship. I don't allow myself to get comfortable in no job. And what I mean by that is I'm never satisfied.
Right.
I'm not gonna be so comfortable where I stop treating my girl.
Right. You always want
great.
To get the best.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure you ain't in no way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure that you ain't that we not comfortable in this space, because we gotta be going up. Even in music. Like, I was just inboxing.
Would you say that you've grown and developed into this man, or
what?
Has it taken you to get here, or when you were you?
Bro, I was tough.
So, like, for instance, when you and your wife got divorced, were you like more immature then, and kind of like, you weren't really focused on?
I was more immature 2 years ago. Like,
I guess we all were.
Like, I'm serious.
Not the same person.
Something just whatever happened one day, it just clicked.
Yeah.
And so, yes,
and I think that's what it is for everybody. It just clicks when it clicks.
And it just clicks where it clicked. And so I used to be extremely frustrated, and a lot of my frustration went towards God, because I'm like, dude, I'm the one who was trying to be devout. I'm the one who was trying to be this. I'm the one. Why is it taking me so long? And a lot of it is my decision making and a lack of self-control. Yeah. And for real, that's what it be with a lot of us humans. We lack self-control and then be mad at the world.
Yep. And be mad at God.
Yeah. And look, I just woke my son yesterday, because I went to a school. I popped up at their school. I'll be doing pop-ups on my kids. I'm not that. And my nephews and nieces. So I popped up on him. I was just there Friday, and he got in trouble Monday. Friday, I said, when you go to school, I don't care what happened. Don't talk. If it ain't your teacher, you ain't got no reason to talk to somebody. I went in there, all his students said, and your dad looked like he don't play, he's scared. Yeah. And so I had to whoop him, not because he was wrong and what he did. Like he did something wrong to get him in trouble. He was wrong because he talked and he was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And so he understood it and took it like a G. Sure enough, he was accountable for himself immediately. And I learned at that moment that Shannon, keep going because it's working. That don't mean he's not above a mistake, but the accountability for him to be like, man, I wasn't supposed to be talking in the first place.
Right. So, and that's so funny because I do that with my kids. Well, I don't with my oldest daughter no more, but like my son, when he gets whoopings, I always, before I even whoop him, I say, now what you getting a whooping for? And he always tells me, he knows exactly why. I said, okay, good. I just want to make sure you understand that's why I'm whooping.
And nothing against our parents, and I don't know everybody's parents, but nothing against
but it was that generation of our parents.
Well, who says it don't? They're not asking no questions like that.
Like we ain't gonna have
they just like you know better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I don't know better.
Right.
Common sense not common to everybody, and I tell people all the time. And for people who like know me, I got a whooping for not being able to sweep the floor. Because even though I'm a nerd and like I know a lot of the smart people stuff to do, I could hook up anything. But the concept of me sweeping the floor good and getting it good, I couldn't do. My mama would be thought I was trying to be lazy, but I'm like, did you ever teach me how to sweep the floor?
Exactly.
I seen you do it.
Those are things you learn by example.
But here's the thing, and I know this gonna be broad. I'll be like, Mom, me sweeping the floor to you is like me saying, come work my studio.
Right.
Yeah.
You might see me do it,
but that don't mean once you.
But that don't mean once you sit in the chair, and you might be able to push a button,
and you ain't gonna be able to do it right the way.
That is the point. Like I'm a cleanly person. Anybody who be around me, I don't think. But the thing is, what it would take, like I'll use RC and I'll use Ryan. They're my two super neat freak brothers. Would it take them 30 minutes to do? That's 5 hours for me because I have to say to Shannon, stay in this room.
Right.
Stay in your shoe room. Clean up your shoe room. Don't move. Clean up your shoe room.
Because I'll start cleaning something and then go to another room and see this and then I'll start cleaning.
And my anxiety,
and then my anxiety gets to me and then I don't finish none of it.
But ain't that how anxiety works for people who have anxiety?
Yes.
That's me all the way.
So
you get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so who that sound like? Kanye. See how I came for a second?
Who that sound like? Young children. Which is why I really don't lift my rod a lot. You know, I just try my best to just lead by example
and
show him.
I've noticed that talking to your kids.
Yes,
communicate. It goes so much further than whooping their ass.
Did you know that whooping a child,
for real,
you are more likely to get a lying child, a child that won't tell you the truth, a child that'll be like, you know what?
They just want to hide.
They want to hide. What's going on? Because they already know they can do
versus just being able to come to you and talk to you.
And here was the reverse for me. My kids don't lie to me now because they know they don't get whoopings for not lying. Your truth will. Your truth will exonerate you from a whooping.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna say my son is there yet because he still be lying like a mom. But
not all of them.
But I be telling him like, dude, I be like, listen, why you're getting in trouble right now because you lied to me. Like if you would have just told me, like, and I be having to tell him like, listen, sweetheart, whatever you do in the dark, it's gonna come to light. Mommy gonna find out
because you're gonna be a kid.
So
that's my expectation.
If I ask you, you better tell me the truth.
My expectation is for you to be a kid.
Yeah.
What my expectation is also, though, is for you just not to lie. Both can be the same. Yeah. I know lying comes with being a kid, but lying comes from fear in children.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Like, lying, most people don't lie just to lie. Kids, adults lie because we are control freaks.
Yeah.
Kids lie.
There are some people who do be out here just lying for no reason.
Just to manipulate the situation.
Yes, they want to control the narrative. That's what liars do. With like kids do it in a more innocent state where they are scared.
Right.
They're scared of the consequences.
Right. They still gonna get because they don't lie.
A lot of adults, some care about the consequences, but you just gotta catch me first. That's still controlling the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's the difference. And that's why when I come on this stuff, music is cool, but life is better. Life is better. Talking about life.
Yeah, for sure.
It's better. Music
music
is one part of who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I can come talk to you and talk to you Leah, you know you my sister. Like when you told me you wanted to start hosting, what I said, okay. Next thing you know, that's who I am.
Yes.
And however I want, because what you might do for me might not set you. I might not pay you what somebody else can pay. But doing anything for me, it's gonna be a bunch of people who gonna see what you're doing, and they gonna come pay you.
For sure.
Or I might pay you, and then somebody else gonna come pay you again. But the thing is, we have to make the most of the opportunities.
Absolutely.
And so, like, me and Leah have been talking about this for 2-3 weeks. There was no way I wasn't coming to do my sister's show. You know what I'm saying? You can't call me and say you need me to do something and I'm not gonna be there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna figure it out. And the problem with us here in Toledo, we act like we big. Right. We're not. We all need each other.
Why are we all in the Market 73? Okay.
Why are we all
support system?
Why are people beefing with each other like we don't need each other?
Enables the support system that we
because that's right. It's because what you just said. There is a percentage of people who think that they're big and they think that they're some type of major.
So if you're that big, like then I'm gonna need for you to get out of Toledo.
Man, okay. I don't want to say it. Because I don't want to mess with the name, but Anitra Cherie got this song called Local as Blank. And it is crazy. I don't know if she ever gonna release it, but it is fire.
Oh, it's not released?
No. I'm still stuck on it. So I hit him with that ooh.
Hey.
So shout out to my sister.
I gotta get my girl in here.
Crazy. So we did a song that night. We did a song earlier that night, and she's like, "Brother." If y'all know her, y'all know how she talk. Brother.
Yeah.
I just got the song. I just gotta do.
You sound just like her.
She's a Leo.
I'm like,
oh, is she? I didn't know that.
I'm like,
that's where that spice come from.
It is my sister, so I can't technically tell her no, right? My brother, shout out to my brother RC, who did that music for that beat. I mean, the music for that song too.
That for real?
Yes, that's RC music.
That's why I was saying I was trying to get into the production of your album, so I need to know.
Okay, we can get into that. But soon as she did it, all I heard is, I heard the music right first. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds like it's fire. I said, sing it all the way through so I can get the feel of it.
Okay.
Man, she got the so I hit him with the ooh. I almost broke my keyboard. I hit the stop button so hard. I'm like, bam! I'm like, nigga. I don't care what we do. Start over. We spent a whole nother 3 or 4 hours after we just spent 2 hours working on that song. I knew it was special. Some people, man.
You know, I know how you.
Yeah, you know how I get down. Because I record you too. But the thing is, when it's something special, you gotta hone into that. Sasha got some, like, I'm glad I dropped before them because I know what they got on their step that's coming. Mm-hmm. And that's what it gotta be. I'm gonna ask you because you're a man. I'm what to Leah come back to, but I think it's kind of different with men. How do you feel about that? Everybody gets a trophy generation. Yeah, that hard breath. Let me know.
Is everybody putting in the work?
I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in it?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, like she said, you gotta put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How everybody getting the trophy? You know what I'm saying? Like, is everybody getting the trophy in the NFL or in the? You know what I'm saying? Right.
And so this why I hate it. So I asked him a question. I said, "How do you feel about the everybody gets a trophy generation?"
What you mean by that exactly?
So in sports, because he probably around my age. Yeah. When we grew up, everybody didn't get no trophy. Your trophies were earned.
Oh, you mean like when you were kids playing sports?
Yes. Uh-huh. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, 10. If you ain't good enough to earn that trophy, you ain't getting it. Right. Unless you be the champion, unless you become the champion, then everybody. That's when everybody gets a trophy. I don't believe in it off of the strength of this. Off the strength of this. When we have to go into the job field, or even if we're an entrepreneur, as a songwriter, if somebody writes songs better than me, Nobody's gonna pay me for having just the gift to be able to write songs. If somebody else can go, if they can pick somebody else to go to.
Mm-hmm.
If me and you interview for the same job and they hire you, they're not gonna give me a check for applying.
Right.
That's what they're setting up the world for. Like, oh, well, thanks for trying. No, like sometimes you just have to find something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like find something else to do, and that's what I mean about operating in your gifts. Like find what your gift is.
Yeah,
It
I
take
know
a
what you're saying,
while.
because that could like, you know, especially for children, like that could make someone or a kid think like, okay, we're just gonna give trophies to everybody, whatever. Good job, you tried. But it's like, okay, now a kid may constantly feel like I want to keep trying, but that may just not be your path. That may just not be for
Or
you.
you can keep trying. You can keep like I don't want to discourage anybody from keeping from not trying, but what I feel like it does is it sets up for a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
For real, like, oh, just because I tried to do it, I should be rewarded for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ain't nobody gonna reward ain't no woman gonna reward no man for just trying to treat her right.
True.
Say that again.
Treat her right.
Forget trying, do your best.
You know what I'm saying? No man is gonna reward his woman. No man is gonna reward the woman that he's dating, and make him his wife if she just trying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be active.
Yes.
You have to be
doing your best.
Doing.
Absolutely.
It's a kinetic energy. Doing your best.
Because I feel like trying your best and doing your best is two different things. Trying is an indication of doubt. Doing is an indication of intentionality.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing my hair, I'm doing it with a vision in mind. Doing something has a vision in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do something is like experimenting. So when you did this, your vision was already in mind.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not trying this because you're active. And that's what that type of stuff leads to entitlement.
I would say also though, it started with how did you put it at first? It didn't start with the vision. Okay, so it started as an experiment. You know, let's go all the way back to 2012, and he can attest to this. I had just had my son. Remember, I started at well, I didn't start it. White Boy Brett had a podcast. He was over there at Frank White's studio. Rest in heaven, rest in peace to Brett. But Frank White had the studio over there. Shout out to Frank White. Yeah. And Brett had a podcast, and he reached out to me and was like, you know, I want you to be on my podcast. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like at that time, I didn't know what podcasts were. I didn't know nothing, you know, like it was just now becoming something, you know. And he'll tell you, like, I go I think it was like every Saturday I would go, you know, for like a couple hours, and I would interview people. Like we interviewed Flintstone, and shout out to him. He was working with the kids. I don't know if he still works with the kids a lot with the music, but back then he was working with the kids, and he had brought the kids in. We interviewed them, and that's the whole point. Like I was doing that podcast. I was doing podcasting back in 2012, 2013. You know what I'm saying? When it really wasn't a thing, when people didn't know about it. You know what I mean? And I didn't even really know about it. I was just doing what I love to do, which is talk and be on camera. You know what I mean?
So was it
be in front of a
really
microphone. Huh? It was really just like an experiment. He asked me to come do it, so I was like, and I love doing. This is what I love to do. So I was like, all right, fuck, I'm gonna go do it. Well, you know, we did it. It didn't really turn into anything then, you know. So we ended up, you know, I got a job for
Whenever you're ready to tag me in, let me know.
I got the job for WTOL, and that's when I stopped the podcast with him. But then, you know, so that's just the whole point. Like it wasn't. Then I got with the 419 grind, boom, and it went from there. So, you know what I'm saying?
When did you start journalism?
In 2006 when I started school.
Okay, so that wasn't an experiment. Did she say 2012 that she went on the podcast?
But I meant like as far as podcasting.
No, I'm about to tell you how. Because just because I started singing in church at 5, that don't mean that I was experimenting with music.
Oh yeah, because there's like I can remember being a kid and like being in my bathroom and like pretending like I was interviewing people. Like I was pretending like I was working on every
So was that your gift being trained or you was experimenting?
I guess it was my gift being trained.
It's a difference. It's a difference. This is experimenting. I hooped.
So it's funny
That didn't work out.
You don't experiment until you start
Now I want to wake up and be a rapper.
You don't start getting into the
For a couple
experimentation until you've already recognized your gift.
And see, but I think that's what it is, though. That's all a part of it all, right? It's all a part. Like it's like God is giving us, you know, He gives us these things,
gifts.
and He throws these things at us, like, you know, when we're younger, but it don't really all click until, you know,
once you get revelation, then that's
like
when
you
you
said,
start
that day when it hits,
you know,
clicks, and it finally clicks.
Here's my challenge to you, because you're my sister. This is my challenge to you, because I know you'll take it. Just look up everything that you can find about gifts and nurturing them. Because you sleeping on you got to understand your journey was never an experiment.
Right.
It was a destiny. Destinies lead to destinations. Now, the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain on tablets so someone else can see it. And though it may tarry, wait for it will surely come to pass. It will come to pass. Amen. Sometimes your vision ain't for you just to see. You're right. You write it down so somebody can help you. Every event I just said, I had somebody with me. I don't do any events by myself. You know why? Because the Bible says that a twofold chain is not easily broken. Man, listen, it's right in there. Start writing this stuff down so you can present it to people. My pastor said you are one idea away from being a millionaire. And so I always think, and it's funny that you said Kenny. Me and Kenny go at it all the time. But that's my big brother and my mentor. Like
Taurus, y'all both bullheaded.
And so, but that's my bro. But,
love you, Kenny.
And this is the thing. One person with some money. It could be 100,000 viewers on here. It could be one person who say, I like Leah. I got 100,000 to invest in.
Yeah.
Because that's all it. If you really think about it, that's all anybody with a record deal has ever. That's all it ever has been.
All you needed.
One person. Now, everybody had a team that got them to there, but one person who got that deal together. That's the person. It take one person. You are one idea away from being a millionaire. So don't sleep on your own gifts. You telling me that you was in the mirror practicing to be a reporter? You bugging saying like, oh, this was an experiment. No, it wasn't. God was putting the pieces in place for you to be walking into your destiny.
This is a part of the alignment.
Well, that was kind of the point that I was making. Like when I first started the podcasting with him, not even knowing what it was, I was thinking I was experimenting, you know what I'm saying? But not now. When I look back in hindsight, I realized that it was all part of the manifestation. And like you said, now here I am, 9 years later. My son is 9 years old, getting ready to turn 10, and here I am sitting in my own studio with my own podcast, my own show. It was all, it was all about alignment, and it was all about God's timing, you know.
What we call experiment, God calls it preparation.
Yeah.
You know, preparing you.
And so, I promise I'm done preaching. Let's get to this album. That's
yes.
I ain't talking about this. I've been up here.
But I can't even
production.
So that's like
production. Let me see if my stuff. Let me see.
Let's get into it.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
Who helped you with the production of this album?
Well, let me go to it.
Yes, Corinne.
So the first song,
y'all be on here and host with me every day.
I'll come on here, host. So I'll go number one.
Yes.
So number one is a song called Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Bruce Lee.
Where'd the concept for that song come from?
So the concept of the song came from. I work with some young cats, and they names be like off the wall from like what the song is. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water. Water has no shape or form until you put it into something." And so, like part of the song says, "I want you to be like water and flow." So it's basically if you get a person who has a bunch. I don't like a bunch of rules. Don't tell, because I love that my office, my rules. Your rules might be no rules. You know what I'm saying? Or just be respectful. But when I think about rules, I think about extinguishing a vibe before it can possibly take place. So the song Bruce Lee was about just being able to go with the flow and walk in it once we in the flow. Don't stop the flow just because you have a bunch of rules.
Right. Because
that is, now, do you do that to everyone? No. You have to use discretion. But if everything perfect, do that. And am I talking about sex specifically when it comes to certain levels? on the song, the second level is the sex part, but the first part is still true. Like everything don't have to end in sex. Like this is a great interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just flowing through the whole thing. That's part of the song. So that's what that song is about. That's what that song concept came from.
So we gonna hear it?
I don't know. Did you want me to play? Well, no, because I got 20 songs, so I'm just gonna explain all of them.
Okay.
Bruce Lee, my dude from Atlanta. My dude from Atlanta produced this record. He producing for like Carl Thomas and Darnell Jones and Dave Hollister and them right now.
Okay, then.
Tamari.
R&B.
Don't Let Go is a beat that Tony found. I have a group called GQ with me, Tony Durden, Ryan Johnson, and Johnny Hayes. I just wanted to get back to the roots of R&B where we actually singing to the women, and you know, back in the day, Jodeci had the "Baby I'll Cry for You." You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get back to that feel of begging, like begging from the legendary R&B people are beggars.
Okay, straight up.
Unfortunately,
Right.
But
wait, what's your favorite song on the album?
Crayons, which is number 3.
Yeah, you said that, and you said that's well, how come you didn't want to play that? Like, or
Produced by who?
You said that's not released yet.
No, it's out. My whole album out. I don't know. I mean, my whole thing is you can play anything that you want to play, but Crayons just came from the love of.
Play it and put it by the mic.
Lord.
Who produced it?
I can't remember. My dude from overseas.
Okay.
And I kind of dedicated this to my family, definitely to my kids. This song is specifically to my kids.
Oh, I love that.
Used to always get in trouble. Sticking my nose where it don't belong. I learned all of my lessons. That's why I know. Oh, there's a brighter day. Because trouble don't last always. You gotta give away.
Is that you playing instruments?
That's my dude. He produced all of these.
It gives me feel like 1950s.
Thank you.
I like it.
I was gonna interject. So he's such a quartet baby.
I am.
Okay. And when I heard like the 1950s, remember when it would be outside and it would be like 4 of them, 5 of them, you know.
If you grew up in church, that's basically what it like the quartet groups.
You got the bass. And it's just supporting. It's just all vocal supporting, a whole vocal supporting song. Like you don't barely need no music sometimes.
And that's dope because I definitely got that vibe from just listening to it.
Exactly. That's the type of singing his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It comes from a lineage that his dad started for him. And then when I first heard that song, I'm like, he's such a quartet baby.
I
love it.
Quartet baby.
Well, okay, so we don't have a lot of time left, but we got to start wrapping up the interview. But I do want to hear, like, do you have which one of your songs is like the song for when we want to go turn up?
Well, we
got any type of them songs. Like I know you sing R&B, and you're like it was for the lovers. But like, okay, like turn up. Like say a couple wants to go out and turn up and have some fun for the evening, and they want to go out and have fun.
It's probably,
they want to hear a love song, but not necessarily like slow love song? Like, do you have something like upbeat and like, you know, like kind of like a club banger?
I'ma shoot my shot straight from half court. When I get a high five, don't be a bad sport. Yeah, now the ball's in your court. You get it? I got my balls in your court.
Oh, that's country.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to my boy Country.
I just went and bought some people out of retirement.
We ain't heard it.
I ain't country.
Long time. Where are you at?
Right, I love it.
Great. Somewhere getting retwisted. Girl, he ain't thinking
But
about
driving
driving
the truck, I think it's cool. Like, driving the truck too. I like that.
Yeah, the boys going for it.
West Coast vibes.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
West Coast
Definitely.
vibes.
West Coast vibes.
So we both graduated from Scott in the same year at the same time. Shout out to Dr. Smith. To be honest, right now I just texted him yesterday. I said you ain't trying to go get Scott Jim and do that video. Cause I be on that type of time.
Yeah,
I'm about to make them calls.
So I mean, when can we look forward to any more videos? Because I know you just had shout out to my girl JK. She just had her debut in the first video. Don't Let Go, right?
Yeah.
So when's their next video gonna drop?
So okay. So I already had Don't Let Go. I have Tap Out with Jasmine and Skills and Heels. That's out too. Shay and that too. I just did Auntie's house last week.
Mm-hmm.
I did on Sunday. I just did a video with the song with me and Sasha. I just did the main stage on the 419 grind for the song me and Raven, Renegade Raven.
Oh, I know that's hot.
Yeah,
Shout out to Renegade.
that's
my
really
girl.
everybody. For the most part, that's most people's favorite song. For the most
the one with
favorite
Raven?
song is
Yeah.
the song with Raven. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh, she's
So
hot.
that's. And to be honest, that was my favorite song all the way until I did Crayons. So but yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can do to try to go get Scott Jim. My niece is a cheerleader up there. Like the stuff I'll be on, I'm trying to do something to provide hope. Like if he did it, I might be able to do it. This video I got with Sasha is a short film. It's not a video. It's
So
a
when
short
is that
film.
coming out?
I just did it on Sunday.
Okay, so it'll be out soon.
I don't know
when
when
that
that
is.
stuff.
Here, you might have to debut that here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go. When it's time for me to drop this stuff, I'm gonna go everywhere. I think I was the first singer to go on Auntie's house. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
I didn't know you went on there singing.
What's Auntie's house?
Auntie's house is a platform. Auntie's house is a platform that like rappers go on there and kind of do freestyles. Looks like it's shot in kitchen,
house?
but it's a set.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So like,
it's fire.
It is. I love that.
Shout out to Flex, the videographer.
Shout out to Flex.
Flex did that. The song was produced by Nook. It ain't even on this project, but it'll be on the summer project I got coming. So I'm working. I want to show these people like you really gonna do music. Let's really do it.
Let's do it. So you got any performances coming up that we need to know about?
Yes. This Saturday.
19 karaoke
at the Vibe Lounge. Shout out to my brother Kenny Johnson. Shout out to
Kenny and everybody over there at the Vibe.
Then we got the Masquerade Ball in April at the Mansion. Just add me on Facebook to get all the details because I don't want to. It's too much to mention right here. Then April 24th, we got my birthday roast and a duet show. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be at Kip's Lounge. Usually VIP sell out so super fast, so I'm probably gonna create my event within the next week. Yeah. As soon as I lock in all the singers. But other than that, that's it. What you got coming up?
Oh, you know, I'm working on a new show. Me and my son's father. Right now we're just in kind of like pre-production because you know, like a lot of people know me, you know, many people don't know him to be like in the forefront or whatever. But you know, we had a tumultuous, you know, breakup 5 years ago, and we went through a lot of things as co-parents, you know, and
that's important.
What I told him was like, you know, you hear shout out to the Selfs, you know, because they're married and they have their show. They talk about marriage and relationships a lot. But you don't hear nobody talking about the baby mama, baby daddy relationship.
Thank you.
Like nobody's talking about
it. Because we need to get a perspective on the dynamic of a healthy co-parenting.
Make sure
after the trial stimulation.
Not exactly. So it's not even just about healthy co-parenting. What it's about is I wanna take couples or co-parents who are struggling, who are in a moment, maybe they don't get along, maybe they're beefing, they're going through troubles with child support and whatever, and they need an advocate, they need an unbiased person in the middle who can help them sort through things. And see, so because we've been in that position, we've been in a situation where, you know, we broke up, we went through that ugly breakup, we were separated for 5 years, we're just now coming back together to learn how to healthy co-parent for our kids. And it's not about necessarily, you have to be together and you have to be in a relationship. And that's what I want people to see. Like, you can have a healthy co-parenting situation with your co-parent, and you can be best friends, your kids can still have a family unit without you necessarily being together.
Right.
You can be Shannon with your girlfriend over here, and then your ex-wife has her person, and then y'all can still all be family and blend it and have a good, solid familial structure. And there's too many people who are going through life and they're bitter at each other for whatever reasons, and it's nobody but the kids who are suffering.
Yeah, invite me on that segment.
Yes, absolutely.
I co-parent.
So this is my idea. This is my vision for the show.
Okay.
My vision for the show is the first episode is going to be me and him. We're going to talk about it all, the good, bad, and the ugly, you know, and because I've been a very vocal person. I was that one who was messy, you know, a few years ago, and I get mad and I get in my feelings. I get on Facebook and I said things. So it's like, I want to, since I made those things public then, I want to make it public how we were able to come back from that and how we were able to get past the things that we've been through and how I was able to forgive him for the things he did to me and my son, and how he was able to forgive me for the things I did to him. And you know, it's all these are the things that don't get talked about. People want to hide all of that.
Because people don't want to heal their
So y'all want to know what the name of the show gonna be?
Yes, I do.
Bitter Baby Parents.
Okay, can I interject?
And so the episodes coming. The first episode is going to be me and him, but then all the episodes after that are going to be me bringing on like another couple or co-parent.
Let's do it. My son's father. He raps here in Toledo, and he you know, he's been.
Y'all gonna be my first guest? Y'all gonna be our first guest? Yes, I love it. Shannon, you know you and your wife gonna be our guest?
No.
I mean, that's your co-parent. What do you mean? You need it. You definitely need it.
No, you need to watch a couple of segments.
Watch a couple episodes.
Get some perspective of POV.
Then my ex-wife stays in Columbus.
So
my other baby mama stays in Cleveland. I have one that stay here.
They can still be on. All I gotta do is send them a link.
All y'all gotta do is say hi and take care of my kids.
Okay, period.
No, I need to reach out to these women. Shannon's ex, I need you to reach out to me, girl. Let's talk, girl.
My kid's mom called me. One of my kids' mom called me right before we started when my phone was around. Like, I knew everybody was gonna start calling. That was her. But shoot, I don't mind, man. We heal, man. Look, whether they healed or not, I am.
Yeah.
Period.
But see, no, that's not true though. I mean, you're right. Maybe they're healed.
I don't know.
See, this is the thing. If you're not concerned enough to care about whether or not the other party is healed, but see, this is where you gotta understand. The reason why me and him were able to come back was because I was able to say, you know what? Okay, all that shit just doesn't even matter no more. Yes. Like, you know what? I'm about to take him off child support because that shit ain't helping this scenario. I'm about to see what can I do? What can Leah do? Whether it's my fault or not, I don't give a fuck whose fault it is. I don't give a who heals or not. Listen, but for me, if he's not healed, then that's gonna hurt my son and that's gonna hurt our family. Still hurt the even if I'm healing. It still matters whether or not he's healed or not, because that's a very critical fact to my kids.
And it's so funny you mentioned that, because
if your kids' mothers aren't healed, then that's affecting your children.
Well,
it's gonna affect your.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that it's not my responsibility.
But it is.
No. Let me finish. It's not my responsibility for you to go get healing. That's your responsibility.
I mean, I understand that, but also sometimes it takes people. I agree, because this is what I feel like for him. I've told him, like, I feel like we as a people, I'm in therapy. I told him I think he needs therapy. Like, and he'll kind of like, you see, he chuckle, and he's kind of like, oh, but it's like,
you such a brother. You such a brother in body. So
exactly.
You need therapy.
So,
because of how we are not before
how
we
we are
meet them.
conditioned
See,
mentally.
I was saying, I
How
wasn't
we're
really with her. It was just like I wasn't saying that I don't need.
Oh no,
therapy.
sir! You said
You
you
know
didn't
what
need
I'm
therapy.
saying?
Like,
Don't let my man speak.
Don't do that.
No, don't do
See,
that. This
God is a
brother
war.
This
God is a
brother
war
now.
in sex. That's why you fell into the trap, because she got you with the sex and then she came with the war later. That's what happened.
It wasn't really that. It was just, because at first maybe I might have thought that I probably didn't, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I kind of opened my mind up to it.
is it safe to say too that, like, since we
Because
kind of been back, like connected, and you've seen like me in therapy, and it's kind of like maybe I don't know, but I'm just asking, have you seen a difference? Have you seen a difference in me and my behaviors based on being in therapy?
Yeah. And really mine was, I'm a very, 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 very private person.
Which is your man,
So it's just right.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's why I said I kind of opened my mind up to it and told her, like, you know what I'm saying, that we can.
But this is why.
But it was
Black men are judged so harshly.
for sure.
We
I
older,
agree.
right?
I
So
agree.
you remember
You got to
anybody
work for yourself.
anybody who they said was in therapy, mental therapy in our time, one word was associated with them. Crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be called crazy.
right.
Sure.
Right.
But think about our generation. Anybody we knew who was in therapy was called crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all need it. We all should be crazy. You're looking at a world that treats us like
Right.
garbage.
That's what I was
We have
just
every
about to
right.
say that.
Yeah,
We have every right.
So we should. So
For real.
if it, that's why I be like, you can call Kanye crazy if you want to, but if you watch Genius, you can understand, bro. Like
There's
the
methods to
world,
his madness,
the world can drive us crazy
Yeah,
because of
for
how
sure.
we are treated. We are like how as much as Black women feel unprotected, Black men feel unprotected
too.
and underrepresented
Yeah, for sure.
and underloved.
Yeah.
See, this is why I want to be on here.
Well,
Because
anytime.
When are women going to take the responsibility to create safe havens for a man for us to be vulnerable?
I was just going to say, and that's so crazy. That is the reason why me, myself, as a Black woman, I have been encouraging men to go ahead and get this therapy. While in the midst of time, us as Black women, we are doing the same thing for ourselves. We're getting the help that we need so that we can be effective. So that we can know how to hold ourselves
and so that we are able to give you guys a safe haven. How can we give a safe haven if we are we don't even know how that.
So if y'all want perspective, please go get my album For the Lovers. It's a song on there called Great Expectations that I let you hear. She cried.
Yep.
Sasha got her own version and I got my own version. And that's the video I just did, right?
Yes.
The whole video is a therapy session.
It is.
That's what I'm getting to. I wanted to be not so taboo.
Yeah.
And shout out to my brother Movie Mel.
Movie Mel, that's my boy.
So
He's
like
really
everybody who I wanted to do something, I admire their work. I went to Flex. I went to Mel. I went to Owl Visions. Already got a video with my brother. I got a video with Mo. Only person who I got a relationship who I don't have a video with is Ho. Everybody else I done did something with at one time or the other. But that's what it's about. The whole video, that whole song, I think it's 11 and 12. Great Expectations. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
We have these great expectations on, for who I am. I know who I am. Anybody who ever talked to me has always said, you have to take me off of this pedestal because I'm going to build you up. But boy, do I handle disappointment bad. Because I have an expectation of you operating in your gift. And so when you don't, my brain turns that into you're disappointing me and I don't handle that well.
Yeah.
And our expectations should not be that great anyway, because the humans.
But not even necessarily your expectations. It's okay to have those expectations, but I think this again goes back to what Dre was saying yesterday. Don't take shit personal. You know what I'm saying? Yes. What you have to know and understand is that everybody don't have the same drive you have. Everybody don't have the same.
And that's part of my expectation.
Strength.
Like somebody, you should be doing this because this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's my expectation, and that's completely wrong.
Yep. You got to just understand, like, hey, maybe I was able to give this person what I gave them, and I got to let them go and find their way. You know.
And before we get out of here, I'm gonna say that Sasha has both of our whole song is summed up with one line. Hers says, and it hurts so much inside because I wish you were right. That's her. Forget everything she said before that. The whole song is summed up in that one line. It hurts so much inside because I wish that you was right. And mine is, I want you to heal so I can love you right.
For real.
I can't love you right until you heal because you can't receive.
So true.
I can be the best man in the world, but if you ain't
for real.
You
seriously, we be out here,
so
girl.
I want you to heal so I can.
And I even said that, like I said, I said that's on my life before too. A lot of people's like, people ask me all the time, like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so talented. How are you still single? And it's like, well, for one, I'm effed up. Okay, like
you told me,
I'm effed up. Like if I'm a good man right now, you know what I'm saying, or if he's who I'm meant to be with, or whatever. I had to heal me first because I can't even give a good quality man what he deserves because I ain't that yet.
Remember, Leah, when you told me that? Because I'm like, man, you just a dope person. And you told me, man, I can't even know. You're like, the two things can be true, but I'm single because I'm. Remember the hug, embrace I gave you? Like, I love one thing about me, I love and adore accountability.
Yes.
Accountability.
But I'm trying to get out of here. I'm now about to be 39 next month. It took me till about 35 to even get there. You feel what I'm saying? Like I didn't start. It wasn't until I got tired of myself. And then when I got up and looked in the mirror, I didn't even want to look in the mirror because I knew who that person was looking back at me. And so what everybody else knows or thinks or sees, I knew who I was inside, and I didn't like it.
For you.
I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to become a better person. I didn't want to be that person no more. So then that's why I had to get into therapy, and I had to start working on me. So that's what it's all about.
My song, I wrote this song.
What is it, girl? What you wrote?
And it says, the one part, it says, if you know of anyone who lives in fear of looking in the mirror.
Ooh, Shan, you better get y'all in the studio. You get her in the studio. Yes. Girl, what you been sitting on that all this time?
Girl, that's a song. We already recorded.
I'm saying that voice. You been sitting on that voice all this time. I'm taking that serious.
It's been on the way. It's been on the way.
I love it. But you know what? It's all about God's timing, right? I can't wait to hear that recording. That's gonna be beautiful.
But for real, just if ever you have that moment where you afraid to even look in the mirror at
and I done had it.
I done had it a lot of times.
And that's where embarrassed as hell.
Don't even want to look at yourself.
Don't even look at yourself. Like
your own.
Sick of my own shit. Like, you know what? F everybody else and what everybody else ain't doing right. You, Leah, you are jacked up. So yes, before you guys go, I want y'all to look in the camera and let the listeners and the viewers know where they can find y'all on social media.
Okay, I am Shan Digg. You can find me anywhere at Shan Digg. Shan ShanDiggums. That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook. That's on.
Is that at what?
At ShanDiggums. That's my IG. Yeah. So it's Diggums.
Shan Diggums.
Shan Diggums.
So that's on Instagram. There it is. It's on Instagram. It's on IG, Snapchat. It's on TikTok. The same handle. Like I got some big features on this album, Clemmy. Everybody, I just want to go get some of my brothers and my sisters to go ahead and rock out with me. I really want y'all to hear that song with Sasha that called Great Expectations.
Y'all need to come back in here. Come back in here on the day and air the video, and then I have both of y'all in here. You and Sasha come in here.
He said Sasha too busy.
She is. She's a busy woman. I might have to send her a message though. She gonna make it happen. That's my girl. So I know she gonna make some time. I know she gonna make some time for Leah Renee.
She is, because you got to.
That's my boo.
Businesswoman. But she got some heat coming up. But again, I thank you for your time.
I
and
thank
your
you.
gift.
I thank you guys.
And
Corinne, what's your tell them where they can find you on social media?
I am Corinne Mahogany on Facebook, and I am Coco Ioka on IG.
How you spell that?
COCOAYOKA on IG. And then my other handles are the same, Corinne Mahogany, MAH.
Is it SCORR?
CORRINNE. Just one N.
MAHOGANY.
OQANY.
Wait,
Replace the G with a Q.
QANY.
Yes.
On Facebook.
Yes. Check me out and be on the lookout for some music stuff for around Mother's Day. In the meantime, book your sessions because I will be out of here in August.
Yes. Where you going? Hold on.
Georgia.
Atlanta.
Okay.
I love it. So you moving down there permanently?
Gotcha.
Moving down there permanently?
Yes, on that midnight train to Georgia.
I know that's right, Mama.
Yes, I'll be gone. So big
All right.
sessions.
Well, I appreciate you guys stopping through. This has been a great interview. I loved having you guys. You definitely have to come back and see me again. Me and you definitely need to get with Sasha and work out y'all schedule. I don't care if it's 2 weeks from now. Y'all gotta get in here and y'all gotta air that video, and I need to interview both of you guys. So
on that song.
Definitely appreciate you guys for stopping through. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. Let me get over here to see comments and see who all tuned in. Shout out to TJ Johnson, Mama Riley, Corinne, who else? TJ, I already said that. Dr. Bree, and everybody else. Because sometimes I don't see certain names and I don't shout people out. And then after I get off, I'll go back and look and be like, and it'll be like all these different names. I'm like, dang, I probably didn't see them. So if I did not give you a shout out, I apologize. It's because I do not see your name up here. But for whatever reason, we're going to get that together. But I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the bomb. And, I need you guys to continue to go over to, oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Continue to go over to, go over to LRTV on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Share this live, share all of my other shows. Like I said, I have a new show that I'm working on right now with my son's father, called Bitter Baby Parents. That's gonna be coming out real soon. So
love it.
Yes, it's gonna be pretty juicy. But also the ultimate goal is to really just bring families together, give them tools to be able to, communicate healthy with one another, and so that the kids can grow up in a healthy co-parenting situation. And that's really what it's all about. So make sure you guys stay on the lookout for that. Stay on the lookout for everything with LRTV. Make sure you follow me on YouTube and also go over to LRTV Media on IG. Follow me on my personal page. I am Leah Renee on IG. And just continue to stay on the lookout for everything that LRTV has. I will be back on tomorrow in the morning, 10:30 to 11:30. So make sure you guys tune in. And until next time. Mwah!
We love you, Leah.
Yeah, take this off.